Good evening, beautiful ladies, wonderful gentlemen. Good evening, beautiful ladies, wonderful gents. Good afternoon, good morning, however you are hearing this video. How you do? You got Icy Don, aka Don M, the FDMG Boogeyman, once again coming to you live with a very interesting topic. Very interesting topic. As everyone know, if you don't know, there was a reparation rally that took place in 2022. Actually, it was November 5th, 2022. And this reparation rally took place in DC. It was held by the FBA, Foundational Black American, and that's an organization organized by some individuals from YouTube, and they came together and they started a reparations movement. We had been had individuals who was pushing for reparations for decades and decades. And the question is, well, why now? Why now we need to push reparations? Why now? Uh, because we never got it. That's why we didn't have enough people to mount up and grab an oar and push and row the boat. For reparations. We think that everything is about automation. We don't think that we have to put some work in. So for like a few years, we've just been letting it slide. We've been looking around, looking for someone to pick the torch up and move it. It's like we a generation of people who's looking for individuals to even move our um, what should we say? We looking for people to move our civil rights movement. We're looking for a tool. We're looking for a person or a organization or a group of people. It don't matter. It seems as if we are looking for someone to do our job for us. And it's sad because a lot of youth is looking for the celebrity to be the answer. They're hoping that a celebrity will open up the door and show us the road. Right now, most of the celebrities are actually opening up their minds and finding out that they are actually slaves. They actually been cooning around. Most of the black people that's in the entertainment world are around is really realizing that they've been part of the problem. So when you have that and you have that awakening, it's not that they're going to become keys. It's just now we have to utilize their energy of just waking up to see that they've been hoodwinked and they probably even know it. And now it's time for them to work. So it's not about waiting for them to be the ones to spark it. It's about waiting for those to wake up so that they can jump on the boat and start rowing. You know what I'm saying? We are here to find ways that we can free ourselves. And many of us have dropped the torch, dropped the mantle of fighting. They took off their boxing gloves, you know what I'm saying? We took off our fighting gear. We took off our black shorts, you know what I'm saying? We took off our Mike Tyson shorts and with no socks, you know what I'm saying, and with the boxing shoes on. We just took that whole outfit on and somehow we put on some old uh pole twerking tights, men in tights. That's what we wearing right now, men in tights, you know what I'm saying? We went to Robin Hood, men in tights, Dave Chappelle. You know what I'm saying? Men in tights. That's what we run around playing games as. And with that slew, how you do? And with that, it's like, why is it that we don't get what we do to ourselves? We have movements, we have ways that we can get the victory, but it's like we've abandoned ship. And so right now we have individuals who's feeling they could be the generation with all the tools that we have, with all the influence that they believe they have, with the people who's paying attention to their talk. They believe that this is the time that we can make the change. I've been saying that, saying black man rise, original rebel. I've been saying that. I'm saying that this is the time that we must run for every single office that it is. It's the time that we just like just fill up every ballot box, you know what I'm saying, with as many people that look like you and I, you know what I'm saying, who talk like you and I. It's important for us to fill up every position so we can actually get control. And we must also jump on every single situation that we have, every issue. And one of the issues is we have not been paid. Cut me my check. F you pay me. And for us to be a generation of people to say, why now? Let's do it ourselves. Nigga, I was that person screaming back in the early 90s, late 90s. We need to do it ourselves. I was the one saying, yo, black man rise, we original rebels. We need to do it ourselves. I was saying that when I was in my 20s. When we spoke on reparations, I believe we needed reparations. I was like, yo, we have enough rich people that we can do things ourselves. And the old school, y'all call them old heads, the old school folks would, trying in school, young blood, like, yo, I love your energy, but we gotta keep the fight going no matter what. And I realize now that even if you believe that you are an independent, strong individual who don't need no resources, who don't need no government handouts, who don't need no food that they be giving from the pantries. If you think that you're such a strong individual, then rise up and lead the fight. Because even if you're a strong individual, we're supposed to rise up and continue fighting. Period. It's not about us saying we don't need that, we can do it ourselves. It's a matter of just putting the pressure on them, saying, nah, we ain't forget it. If you pay me. Nah, we good over here, but you still gonna pay. And that's the mentality that we must have if we are going to get justice. That's the mentality we must have if we're going to get economic wealth, real estate, if we're going to get any and everything, all the way to our health, proper health care. If we want it, we must not just demand it, but we must be consistent with our demands. And because, like I said, when I was in my 20s, and although I was ready for the revolution, I wasn't taking heed and I wasn't paying attention 1000%. And I say I, meaning like we, because I'm representing that generation. It's like we didn't take heed in the 90s to those that was here before us, that was real still pushing the fight, that was needing us to fight, needing our energy to fight and keep the fight going. But they was like, yo, this the fight. And we just didn't, it's like we just didn't hear 100% to keep that fight going. So is reparations something that we actually, do we need it? Yes. Should we get it? Yes. Should we fight for it? Yes. Will we get it? We don't know. Do that stop us? No. And once we can keep that in our minds, that consistency will start chipping at the ice, chipping at the iceberg, chipping at the iceberg, and eventually that iceberg will get out our way and our ship will be able to move through those icy waters. See, what happened is that we saw many people was in the boat. They was on the boat, they was rowing the boat, and they seen the iceberg and they abandoned ship because they thought that we was going to sink like the Titanic. They thought that we was going to crash into the iceberg. But this is a different type of boat. So it's like, it's like the body, what I'm saying? You got red blood cells and white blood cells. So we send out these cells to fight all those, to fight off what we call deflections, and such as icebergs. And so as the boat was approaching, we our cells, our white blood cells, and went out there and start chopping at the iceberg, chopping at the iceberg. That's because we keep continuing to fight. We have people out there fighting, and they out there before the boat get there. And by the time the boat comes to the iceberg, the waters just split the iceberg, and the iceberg just open up, and we moving straight through that shit. We get nervous and we abandon ship too fast. And that's the problem right now. It's no time to abandon ship. We need all our young youth, and it's the white blood cells. We need you to get out there, and we need you to fight off all these diseases that's called obstacles that's in front of us. You cannot be the disease. You cannot be the obstacle. And once we can get that in our heads and now in our hearts and in our veins and the blood, then we can get this victory and we will get that check. We must have our young people saying the words that we need them to say. And that word is reparations. We need our reparations and we need it now. That's it. We don't need our young people battling us. We don't need the young people saying, oh, it's your fault. We don't need that. We need to do it ourselves. Y'all begging. No, we just need y'all to sit back and say, yo, we need our money and we need it now. F you pay me. Cut the check. Understand what I'm saying? And once we can have those words coming from our 15-year-olds, our 16-year-olds, our 17-year-olds, our 18-year-olds, our 19, 20, 21, 25, and once we can have our young people speaking that and not trying to be the vocal boxes, but speaking the speech that needs to be spoken from them. Reparations. We need that money. As long as we can have our youth saying that, as opposed to going against us and saying, we blame you for this, we blame you for that, and you didn't do this, you didn't do that. It's now time for you to do something, and that's to keep that torch burning. Take that lighter and relight that torch. Put the fuel on it and keep that torch lit so we can get through these obstacles. And we can't be obstacles amongst ourselves, because this is a mission, and it's a mission that we must overcome. And the only way we're going to overcome this mission is by us working this mission together. So when I was out there at this rally, what I did see was people who wanted to be moved. What I saw is I saw some people who wanted to be part of a movement. I saw energy. I saw the compassion. But what I didn't see was the revolution. What I didn't see was the blood, sweat, and tears. What I didn't see was the hunger. There, that's the word. That's the word. See, when I went out there, I just found out about this whole reparations rally. That was Saturday. I think I found out about it, like, let's just say Wednesday. Okay. And I just put some stuff together, and because you know me, that's me. I'm in that movement, so that's always down my alley. So I always have something ready. So I already had some shirts, I had some buttons. I made up some what my buttons pertaining to that. And I took my product, I took my ice, and I took all my other stuff, and I went out there. The hunger, the hunger. Was enough hungry people out there. You had people who's at the rally saying, "Oh, I gotta go to work soon." You know what I'm saying? You had people at the rally who had other obligations as opposed to be mad, angry, riled up, excited, happy, filled with love, because the passion and the energy was, we could see that there was something happening. Because like I said, this is something that just brewed and came about from people from the internet. And you know, I give them their pats on their backs for the effort that they put in. But my questions is, how serious are we? Because like I said, I didn't see something I didn't see. I seen too many people with shoes on. See, like the young lady who came out. Oh God, my Lord, my Lord. The name's gonna come back to me. Her name's gonna come back to me, even if I have to search to find it. But the soldier, the short young lady who threw the curb on everybody, who she talked the strong talk. She'd been walking in a different paths, but yet still she's from the hood. She's from the streets. And once we get those people involved, we can make a difference. And The difference between what revolution looked like, what reparations look like, is like what she came out. She came out there like she had her fatigue on, because this is war. This ain't about having no fucking shoes, no heels on, no nice dress. This ain't about having no nice shirt and tie and slippery shoes. This ain't an event. This is a mission. This is a movement. And so, me knowing what it is and me knowing what it is with the people, I already knew that let me go get my bread, and that was it. Did I hear the speeches? Vaguely. One, because the sound system was kind of weak, so you didn't hear, but you had to be like really up on the stage. You couldn't hear in the back row. In the back row, you would hear the Israelites more than anything. And the back row wasn't too far from the front row. But it's just that I didn't hear most of the conversation that took place on the stage, because the conversation that took place on stage, once I saw the suit and tie, once I saw the attire, I personally already knew what it was. It was too pretty, in my own belief. Because if you want reparations and you demanded something from your government, you demanded something from your city, you demanded something from your president, you demanded something for white people. And at that time, from the time of why we owed reparations and who we was owed reparations from, it was crackers. So you don't go out to these rallies when you talking to the generation of crackers. You don't go out to these rallies looking pretty. You go out to these rallies ready, because you're talking money. And when Martin Luther King decide that he's going to be part of that rally and that movement, and we're going to talk about reparations, we're going to talk about money, we're going to talk about reparations, okay? That's what it was about. We ain't going nowhere till you have this money conversation with us. Reparations. When Martin Luther King decided he's going to march for the poor people can't pay. They blew his head off. So for us to be coming out there thinking everything's smooth about photo ops and, about talking to the press and shit like that, to me, it was missing something. In order for us to get reparations, folks, I'm going to tell you honest God truth, okay? We're not going to get reparations in that manner. If there is no anger behind the call for reparations, if there's no militancy behind the call for reparations, if the call for reparations looks like the face of opportunity, what we will get would be opportunists getting a better opportunity to just collect money and shine in the eyes of the people in front as if they're doing something, but we won't get no reparations. So for the call for reparations must have a certain look. The call for reparations is, I'm telling you, is not about business. There's no negotiation. There's no contract. The call for reparations must look like war. Shout out to Q Butter, because like you say, there's a war on black man. So when you go out there, you must know that you're in war. You are not, once you are outside and you are calling for your money, there's a war on you. No man safe from. And so for you to go out there and think that you're safe because we got a permit. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Reparations don't get permits. Reparations just do. Reparations don't negotiate. Reparations just make it happen. And I know we say like, yo, but you know what I'm saying? No, but reparations has to have militancy right now. I'm gonna tell you honest God truth. The day was beautiful out there. The scene was so beautiful. Everything was just so wonderful, pleasant. Like Tariq asked, like, yo, where the hell y'all parked at? Because it was like, yo, he pulled up. Trust me, he pulled up. He parked his SUV right there, and the crowd was light. And then when you for a few seconds later, there was a nice little crowd out there. And so he's like, yo, where y'all parked at? It was such a beautiful day. Like I said, I found parking right across the street. I don't know about anyone else, but I parked right across the street. And when I got there, it was no cars parked across the street. Because it said no park, but shit, it was one car there. I parked there. The cops are there. Then next thing you know, more cars came and parked. I was like, I'm good. Fuck it. But it was a beautiful day. 70 degrees and change. Like what? It's like 76. It was like, yo, it was a day to get arrested. Did the boys say that? It was a good day for us to make news. It was a good day for us to make a mark. But because it was such a good day and people were so lackluster with militancy, everybody just went out there in peace. Everybody went out there in peace. Are you going to get reparations like that? Do you really think they're going to pay you real reparations if you asking peacefully? If you look like it's all about photo op. Now look, they get it. If the average person can see through it, you best believe the one who's supposed to cut the check, they calling your bluff as well. This is poker. It's not a pity pat. This is poker. They calling our bluff. They say you're not tough enough. Shout out to the host and co-host of the reparation rally. Shout out to Tariq and the young lady. Man, I wish I could remember her name as well. I'm sorry, don't remember your name, but you look real good in that blue dress. Okay, you look real pretty in that blue dress. We don't need pretty for reparations. We don't. The face of reparations don't look pretty. The face of reparation here is not European style. The face of reparation has to have like the face of reparations look like Trayvon Martin. The face of reparations look like Breonna Taylor. The face of reparations look like Eric Garner. The face of reparations look like George Floyd and Tamir Rice. We don't go out there with the face of reparation looking like the face of reparations don't look like soap opera. It don't look like All My Children. It don't look like General Hospital, Young and the Restless. Yes, this is Mike, and I'm here to represent the nation of militant people and we are very upset that we didn't get our money. No, it don't sound like that. The face of reparation looked like despair. It looked like frustration. It looked like, fuck you, pay me, nigga. And if you don't pay me, if you ain't even talking about me, if you ain't talking about this issue, we gonna turn this shit the fuck up now. That's what the face of reparation looked like. No Ice Cube gonna save you. No Kanye West gonna save you. The face of reparations gonna save you. And what is the face of reparation? The face of reparation is fear. There was no fear on that block. It was nothing for them to be afraid of. It was nothing for them to actually pay attention to. The only thing was keep those niggas on their radar. Let's see how we're gonna pull them out of, make them abandon ship. And I want y'all to understand that's all that was. That was just to put us back on radar once again. And I'm going to, and if you just think I'm saying it, no, that's not me. Because like I said, I get it. I'm just saying that if we're going to do it, we must have our uniforms on as well. It's not about, hey, get your t-shirts, get your yo. You let the motherfucking vendors hustle. You know what I'm saying? You let all the merchandisers merchandise. Once it becomes an opportunity where you like selling t-shirts and hats and shit like that yourself, that's when it becomes a circus. You're supposed to have hoodies out there. Okay? This is what I'm trying to tell you. Like when we do things retardedly. That's why I'm saying we're not even thinking the long haul. And you want to know why you're supposed to have hoodies out there? Because it's a long haul. We're leaving out of the spring season. We're leaving out the summer season. We're leaving out the fall season. Spring, summer, fall. We're leaving those seasons. So we don't need t-shirts. What we need is hoodies now. Because if we're going to be out there demanding reparations and it's November, we need to be out there in December, in January, in February, in March, April. So we need our hoodies so we can have no excuses, so we can have our heads covered. So there's no excuses for you not to be out there in the cold at the rally for reparations. So they can say, oh shit, these niggas are serious. You have your hoodies on. So when you're making t-shirts, to me, that's telling me that you're not even looking down the road. You're not looking down the long haul. And like I said, this ain't no disrespect. This is just like, yo, this is about reparations. This is about that, yo, like this is the curtain core of freedom. Black Man Rising, we get the reparations. We get this to become the main conversation, the main topic in this election. Not abortion, reparations. The entire world would be looking at this election. They debating on reparations. They talking about how to allocate reparations. Just imagine, Tariq, he said he's not no leader, but just imagine he's on Fox News, CNN News, he's on Channel 5 and Channel 6 and Channel 2 and Channel 12. He's on primetime news, and the conversation is reparation. It's not about, oh, you have a nice t-shirt. The conversation about like, yo, you have a following of people, and they seem very aggressive, very upset, and they want their money. The conversation about reparation. And the only way you're going to get that is by putting fear in them. I didn't feel the fear out there. To be honest, I didn't even see no cops out there until like the end. There was no police presence really out there. Oh no, officer, Like I want to know what kind of conversation that was done at the table for the permit. I want to know what dialogue was said, how the conversation went. Oh no, no problem. There will be no problems out there, officers. I like, what was the dialogue? And I'm not slapping or anything, but right now I had to really sit back and analyze it and say to myself, like, you know what I didn't feel was what I didn't feel, and what I felt was what I felt. And when I seen this other brother, I just was scanning through whatever. I don't even know what I was scanning for. And I came across this person's channel, and he was talking about him being at the rally. So I checked out because I wanted to see, I wanted to see more footage of the rally, because like I said, when I was out there, I was just working. So I didn't really see the rally. So I wanted to see footage from other people, what they were seeing. And so I came across his brother, when he was doing the live out there, and he was from the Moorish Nation. And so I was just watching this video. And as I watched this video, it was just kind of, because I don't know who these YouTubers are. And I don't know who goes at who, and I don't know who's what. That's, that was a crazy thing out there, because out there, like 90% of the people was YouTube people, was internet people. Like that was a rally of internet people, which was actually really dope. You know what I'm saying? Because the majority of these people found out this information all through internet, through YouTubers, content creators. And so there was a content creator that I was watching, and then I actually went to his channel, and then I see, he has some subscribers. He's part of the Moorish Nation. His thing is Moorish TV, I believe, right? And like I just seen this today, so I mean, it made me Moorish World TV. All right, it's Moorish World TV, and he was like a Leonard Honor. He was like to Tariq Nasheed what Leonard Honor is to Umar Johnson. And so I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, oh, so he's really going in on Tariq. And remember, folks, when I did the Coon of the Year last year, they nominated Tariq. I didn't have too much on him because I wasn't really paying attention to the brother. But I was like, hey, we're gonna keep an eye on you. I don't know too much about you, but we're gonna keep an eye on you. The people nominated you. And so now, as I dig into the rabbit hole and I'm looking at what the people are saying and how they're viewing it, why talk? So when this guy came on, I'm looking.
So listen, y'all know I get dramatic, right?
And he had that look.
Whenever somebody tell me I shouldn't go somewhere, that's where I go. Y'all ready? So anyway, welcome family. Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. We here to document peace, family. Peace, family. The love is in the building. They hype today. They hype today. FBA hype today. They're in the building. Peace to the family. So family, we live today. Peace, family. We're gonna walk to what's up? Stop. All day, every day. Islam, we're gonna walk through the crowd real quick. Let's go.
So I'm watching. I'm like, who's this guy? He's.
So we in the building.
He's hype.
FBA in the building.
I'm like, he's real hype. Why he's so hype?
We don't care. We here. Islam.
So I'm sitting here watching this. Like, okay, who's this brother?
Welcome to another edition, family. We in the building. How y'all doing? Y'all feeling good today? Y'all feeling good today?
Now, mind you, he's arriving.
How y'all feel? Y'all feel good today in the building? Man, it's nice out here today. Y'all should be out here in D.C. Y'all should be out here at the rally, family. It's looking good. The family came out today.
He's there at the peak.
The family came out today, family. Y'all should be here.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Hebrews out here. The family is in the building.
The peak hours when he came. Okay.
The family here, family.
Because where
Where
he's
y'all
standing
at?
right there, when I first came
Family
in,
in the
that whole
building.
spot was
Y'all
empty.
ain't here? If you in DC area, y'all not here. Y'all slipping. Y'all slipping for real.
No hating.
So I think that's Dr. Copper right now, speaking right now. So I'm gonna go over here real quick, and I'm gonna set up real quick.
Now,
They in the building.
right on this side right there.
They in the building.
I can pause and I can show you. I'm right there.
The people's grass sheet
That's
got to
me
be
right
among
there.
the
With
people,
the
man.
red,
Y'all know what it is.
I'm right
How
there.
y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Will he customize and save $652
Sorry,
with Liberty Mutual? He's got it!
If you could have your own
Wow,
Walmart
these double
store
commercials.
making thousands of dollars a day, and you didn't
What
even
happens
have to
when you get your
manage it,
channel
would you do it?
monetized?
$1,000, $5,000, even $10,000 per day.
The people's grass sheet got to be amongst the people,
Now,
man. You know
real
what
quick, this is a dude right here with the red. I'm right over in this side. Now, like I said, if you look at the crowd, and it's like, the people's out. The people showed up, and like I said, I give it props for that. People showed up. But what I'm just saying is that for us to make a stamp, to make a mark, to tattoo the government with fear, where he's at, it was supposed to be jam packed. Where he's at is supposed to be jam packed. Okay. Like I say, where I'm at, I'm all the way kind of like towards the front. To me, it still looked like a nice light crowd, which is beautiful for the cause. It's a beautiful crowd, but if we are to take it serious, we are not to pat ourselves on the back. We're not to give ourselves no type of positive credit. We're supposed to be saying, folks, where were you? We're supposed to make the people feel like, yo, you were supposed to be there. Not like, oh, it was a beautiful event. The people showed up, like making it seem like, oh, well, I don't have to participate. The people's out there. No, don't make these black folks think that they don't have to get off their lazy asses because the people is going to be out there for you. We supposed to give the real. We had a few people out there, but it was a few too less. We need a little bit more. We had a few people out there, but it was a few too less. We need much more if we're going to get this reparations. Shout out to all those folks who showed up, but we need more. And y'all get mad at that dude Umar when he be like, yo, if you gave 20, give 40. Well, listen to him. No. If we had 1,000, we need 10,000. If we have 10,000, we need 100,000 next time. See, that's words coming from real leaders. If we have 1,000 people out there, the next time we need 10,000. If we have 10,000, the next time we need 100,000. We don't slow down in the progress. We don't slow up our minds because when it comes to black folks think, oh, it's always okay to pass your duties to the next person. You felt in your heart that you need to be there, but you said and so that was it. That was it. Why the fuck you wasn't there? I don't have a license. I drove out there. What's your excuse? Y'all ain't, once again, you see, I look at the world differently. If you think that you Pan-African, if you think that you RBG and you revolutionary, if you can't do or think to do or have in your heart to do half the little things that I do, claiming no set, you really not, it's not in your blood. You're not really revolution. Revolution don't give a fuck. Revolution gonna make it there. What's your excuse? I haven't even seen my probation officer. What's your excuse? What's your excuse? So here, this brother, like I said, I don't know nothing about him. I'm just watching I'm watching his whole video. I'm just watching it. I'm like, yo, what the fuck, yo? He's amped. He's charged up. But I'm like, okay, so he must be somebody that speaking against something. So I'm letting him talk. So I'm gonna let him talk.
But man, they looking good out here, man. I'm telling you, man. People be thinking I'll be against reparations, man. I'm not against reparations. I want my bread too. I'm against that phoniness. You heard me? That's what I'm against. Yeah, that's how we get down. You know what it is.
So once he said that, that's what caught my attention. Like I said, I was just looking at the footage because I just wanted to see what I wasn't seeing. Okay, folks. I was watching this video, not like trying to find anything to critique about the movement. I wasn't trying to look for stuff that I can use for content and run with. No, I was actually looking because I was like, you know what? I was at this event and I didn't see much, and it just came up on. To be honest, it came up on my screen. It came up on my timeline. So I was like, oh shoot, let me check this out. It wasn't even like I was searching. It just came up on my timeline. So I said, let me check this out. I ain't go searching for this brother. I ain't go searching for the haters. I ain't go searching for people who support me. I just was just on my YouTube and it just came on my timeline and I checked it out because I wanted to see. The person said, yo, we here. So I'm like, okay, okay, I got another view. And I even checked out another person because this other person, he stood there and videotaped the entire, all the speeches, which was good because I like I said, I didn't hear the speeches. So now I can go back and hear the speeches. So I was spending today just reviewing, these things because I just seen it. I was like, okay, let me check this out. And then when I heard this brother say the phony, I was like, uh-oh, there it goes. Let me see what's going on here. So let's go. We get to who he is.
You know what it is.
Don't you even act like that towards me. Look, I'm baby. What's up? Sister Janae.
That's Sister Janae, family.
Look, let me show you who this is. This brother Sharif. Lost the shaming of America.
How you doing, brother? How you doing? So I don't want to spend too much time because I got to record a little bit right here. So listen, family, I'm not going to go too much in depth right now because I'm going to come back. I was going to use that post right there, but that's all right. So family, listen. Right now, Dr. Cobb is speaking. Y'all see they got the Hebrews right here. Getting it in. We're gonna walk up just a little bit because people
Yo, look,
people don't expect to Bay to pull up, but that's what I do. You know what I mean?
Yo, look, folks, you gotta recognize the Hebrew Israelites because their presence out there was a presence that you must view because they look like the militancy. And so you can be like, you're gonna watch something, you're gonna see something that's real fucked up. I'm really gonna play this man's whole video because and go check it out yourself. Go to his pan, go to his live, subscribe to his channel and see what he's really talking about because like when it came to Umar Johnson, and I'm gonna go back to the Israelites because that militant look was definitely needed, and that's why everybody when you come out there you recognize them because you see that and you feel that. And but when it comes to like Umar Johnson and his whole FDMG fiasco, and then you got the Leonard Honor following him for all these years, a lot of those cookie crush chatters, they are so amped up about it because they feel you need people like Lennon to pull the spot of the light from the spot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people be in the spotlight and sometimes you just gotta pull that light from them. And when it came to Umar Johnson, I sat back at the beginning with Lennon like, what the fuck wrong with this dude? Even at the end, I still say, what the fuck is wrong with that dude? Okay? But I understand because sometimes when you just see phony, you just want to call phony out for what it is. But you can't just like the difference between Lennon and this guy is he pulled up. This brother right here pulled up. He's not going to hate from a distance. He's not going to hate from the internet. He's not going to hate from the keyboard. He's not going to make his money off this man's life, hating on him, and not come up with his own facts, not come see with his own eyes to give his own personal opinion, not sending other people, but him going there himself. That's why I say to Linda, you be cool because you people donate to you. Get on that plane, get your ass out here. Don't think that story won't be that whole trip will be paid for. The people will take care of you. Get your little coon ass from behind the computer, and you should have been at the block party. You should have pulled up. And that's the difference between this man and you. You beta, he's alpha. He pulled up. Doing the live. He came out there straight off the rip, doing the live. And you guys going to see. Like I said, I don't know nothing about this man right here. But you're going to see. I'm pretty sure you guys know who he is. I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, yeah, that's such and such and such. Because you guys more in tune to this shit. Oh, yeah, he been going on Tariq forever. You guys more in tune with this. I wasn't searching for that. But what I did see was this man, he just was hyped up. And I was like, what the fuck? Excuse my language. And like I said, he's like, yo, I don't have a problem with reparations, but it's the phoniness. And that's what I'm trying to say myself. I don't want this phone. We don't need faces of reparation to be phony. Because it would just be, it become a Black Lives Matter movement. Yep. That's the direction I see this happening right now. Okay, folks? I see this whole FBA movement going in the same direction of the Black Lives Matter path. And if people like us don't get involved, not hate from a sideline, get involved. That's the difference right now. We will really become embarrassed to a point where most people are like, yo, they deserve slavery. This whole movement can really change the game, folks. This whole movement right here, pushing for reparations, if it's really pushed and it's pushed wrongly, and it turns out to be a Black Lives Matter type of movement, this can be the one thing that truly pushes us back into slavery. Pushes us back to a system of complete no respect for us. That's why it's very delicate right now. So when you have this brother doing, talking what he's talking right now and moving what he's moving right now, it's because I don't think we really know the delicacy, how delicate the situation is. The delicacy. That's why I was saying even with Umar. But people are like, oh, he's not big enough. No, it's not that he's not big enough. There's nothing else that's bigger. What I mean by that? What you mean by that? Folks, is our modern day civil rights right now. No matter what the civil rights movement is still going on. So in our modern day history, what's going on in our civil rights movement? Well, we had Black Lives Matter, we had protests, we had defund police, we had the wave of the internet. Okay, so then when you go to the wave of internet, what's trending? This is what's trending, okay, folks? In the real world, what's trending? In the news and the media, what's trending? And then what's trending in social media? And if you look at Black consciousness, social media, what's trending? These will be individuals that pops up. These are the individuals that's popping up. This is why these are individuals that's having so many people subscribe to their channel, and because this is what we have. It is what it is. This is what we have, folks. Just like in the movie Juice, when Queen Latifah was talking to Q, she was like, "Oh, you local." On the local level and on the mainstream level, this is what we have. And with what we have, we cannot fuck up. If this is all we have right now. Oh, well, this ain't what we have. You ever heard of such and such? They are right now, it's like what Queen Latifah would say, local. They not spotlight. Oh, no, they need to become spotlight. You understand what I'm saying? They need to get up on that stage and do the Bobby Brown to Keith Sweat, snatch that mic out of his hand and dead his whole set. Take it over. Because like I said, we don't need this whole push for reparations to become a Black Lives Matter situation. Let's continue. We don't need this reparations push to become a Black Lives Matter circus, where it's so split and divided that there's no hope for it, and the people and they already know there's going to be no hope for it, and they're going to fund it more just to destroy it.
But we don't want no drama, though. You know what I'm saying? We don't want no drama, man. Only thing we want is people to be leveled up. I mean, people got to level up. If you ain't gonna level up and be real, like for real, we want reparations. But the thing is we need a vehicle to get to it. And we done marched too much. We done talked too much. We done said we need to do this too much. We said we need to do that too much. Like, I just don't believe right here it's practical for that. Drawing attention to it, yes. But how many years are we going to draw attention to something before we take action and demand it? This is not demanding. This is not demanding. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What you say, brother?
We got to go right there and do.
That's my argument. That's my argument. My argument is that's my argument.
Every person that
my argument ain't against no
individual. We got to have them in there. We got to catch them on Monday.
That's what I'm saying. My argument has never been against an individual. It's always been against the process. It's always been against.
Now, if y'all go back to my video, I said, yo, the Capitol's right down the block. That's where we need to go. I was there and I was like, okay, after this rally right now, everybody should just take over the streets. We should just march straight down the streets. Okay, folks? No permit, just walk, just take it. Where are we going? We walk into our cars. This person's helping me get to my car. We walking, making sure we're safe. We're supposed to make police pop up out of nowhere because we're supposed to take those few people that we had out there, whether it was 1,000 people or 2,000 or 4,000, we were supposed to take that whole group and we were supposed to take our ass to the White House. We were supposed to march our ass to the White House. And like the slave man that was just right there, when he said, yo, we supposed to be, nah, we just need 10, 20 people at Monday morning right down there. Or better yet, instead of us having a rally here on Saturday, we're supposed to be right there in front of that building Monday morning having a rally. See, that's reparations. It's the militancy. And that's what these men are talking about right now. I wish the brother would be quiet a little bit. He's so hyped up. Damn it. I wish he would have been quiet so we can hear what the other guy was saying. Because I think that other guy's more so from DC. And so, you know, I think as a matter of fact, he was on stage as well. They had him on stage with his slave costume on, and he spoke a little bit, but I couldn't really hear because, like I said, I was telling people $3, $4, $5, $5, $4, $3, $3, $4, $5. Boop, 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 get my reparations. Understand? That's what I was doing. I ain't waste my time at all. The only time I wasted was actually talking to you guys. Y'all actually really owe me because I wasted at least like an hour fucking with you guys, giving you some footage because you guys wasn't there. Just give, like you said, he don't want to even talk to his sister. He had no time to waste. I didn't really have no time to waste because I had money to be made. But what happens is sometimes this shit can just pull you in. I should have left my phone in the car and just hustled. I probably made like another $400 or $500. But what we do is we trying to give you the visual so you can have so you can see with your eyes, see for your own eyes. $sign ICDON 167. $sign ICDON 167. Because I'm actually going to stay on top of this whole reparations, because when I was 21 and I was part of the organization, African Stock Exchange Association, Development Corporation, and when I turned 28 and still been part of the organization, and just in my life and being christened and as a international youth leader and not taking it serious, not taking the ancestors that I know serious, it's now time for everybody to rise up. But it's definitely time for those who have a calling to wake up and get in position, because as long as we are out of position, that vehicle that this brother's talking about will never ever be moved, as long as the people's not in position. And as long as the devil can keep allowing all other people to be put in position for the delusion, and keep everyone delusional, the enemy always wins. But it's time for us to get in our position in a proper place. Yeah, I went out there, I made my dollars, but it was important for me to be part of the mission. And maybe it was my job to galvanize the people. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe I was out there to make the people walk down the block. But because I was making money, I was distracted by the money. I didn't do my job to lead the people to the White House. Understand? So maybe I even got caught up with the money part and didn't really do my godly job. That's the deepness. We got to be able to know what your role is. Was my role to go out there and get me a few dollars? Was my role really go out there and lead that march that was supposed to take place? So if we're going to be in it, let's be in it, folks. And that's what this brother's talking about, the realness and the phoniness. So I'm going to say I was fake to my organization. I was fake to the ancestors of the African Stock Exchange. I was fake to the youth. I was fake to myself just by going out there, setting up my table and making my dollars. I was a fraud to the cause. So therefore, I'm taking it upon myself, because what I did here is like, don't just leave it up to them to keep the push for reparations. We all need to. And like I say, me being in organizations, being around the people that I've been around, I'm supposed to have been doing this shit since 1999. And right now, I'm supposed to be reaching out to the people and tagging their hands for them to tag in so I can get out the ring. That's what's supposed to be happening right now. I'm supposed to be getting out the ring after the big, long battle of the Royal Rumble that I was having in there since 1989, pushing for the shit. And then these people supposed to be tagging my hand and picking it up and continue the fight. But we don't play our positions properly in life. We don't know our roles. We don't know our purpose. And if we do know our purpose, we get distracted. And it's important for us men not to get distracted off the paths that we're supposed to be in. And that's why it's important for us to not be so lustful. That's why it's important for us not to be so caught up with the female anatomy. That's why it's so important for us not to be caught up with the drugs and the alcohol. Because once we get our position, it causes a domino effect. And then we got to set the dominoes back up. Do you know how long it takes to set these dominoes up? For us to set these pieces up, we don't have no more time. We don't have like another 40 years. It's now or never, folks. 2024, if we want anything, we must, like, when I say demand it, I'm really talking about on the level where you can hear, I'm gonna rewind so you can hear the Israelites. You're gonna hear them, but you will not hear the loudspeaker. They had their little loudspeaker, the Israelites, they had a little speaker, they had one speaker. And I was in the middle of both of the between the back and the front. I was really in the middle. I wasn't too far from the speakers. I wasn't too far from the stage. But I kid you not, I heard the Israelites over everything. Why you think eyes went down there? Because you're like, yo, let me give them some spotlight. Now you're gonna see something though, because someone's gonna run up on someone, but they don't run up on someone else. So that's why I want you to really catch this video. So let me keep it going. Let this brother keep talking, and we're going to get into it.
Get process. You ever been individual? Because my argument is that's how we arguing against no individual.
We gotta have them in there. We gotta catch them on money.
That's what I'm saying. My argument has never been against an individual. It's always been against the process. It's always been against the process. You heard me? It's never been against an individual. Islam more. It's more.
Islam.
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 Slam. I'm glad to see you in the building. But listen, it's never been about an individual. It's always been about the process. The process. How do we get this money? That's what I'm talking about. I don't believe that getting this money is going to come by us keep on marching, us keep on crying, us keep on talking. I don't believe that, man. What's the process? You feel me? So, you know, man, I don't be tripping, man. I don't be tripping, man. Like I walk in the jungle every day. This ain't the jungle to me. I walk in the jungle every day, man. Want no smoke, you know. I'm just the people's grass chick. I'm just gonna bring it to the people. You heard? So we're gonna get a little bit footage over here. We're gonna get a little bit footage over here. Come on. I'm not starting no trouble. Stop that, man. I'm for peace, man. Stop that, brother. We want tangibles. That's right. Don't we want tangibles? Tangibles are there. We want, man. Listen, people need to understand that I'm not against the individual. I'm against the process in which we approach this thing. The process.
See, folks, once again, it's people like this man, people like all that Cookie Crush people. They it's like the process. Like, what's going on? You guys just jumping out here, and because you want spotlight, you jumping out here because you think that you have enough following to, you know, to be Showtime, like you Eddie Murphy. Showtime. Let me cam up. Understand what I'm saying? Let me keep my hoodie on. Yeah. So I want you to understand what time it is. What's the process? Y'all coming out here like it's showtime. Like, take a picture, get my best side. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a photo op for us. We not with that shit though. And then y'all will say, oh, you hating. No, we not with that shit though. See? You know, we not with that shit though. You know what I'm saying? We ain't with that, yo. What's the process? Like he said, he walk in the jungle all the time. There's no fear there. You guys gotta stand. For us to get justice, for us to get anything, the enemy must fear you. If your enemy's not fearing you, you're not going to get nothing. Just imagine I'm calling myself the bully, the class bully. I'm the school bully. And every day I wake up, I'm getting my brush my teeth and wash my face, and I'm calling myself a bully. And those who I'm bullying don't even respect me as a bully. They consider me a wankster, but I'm thinking I'm a. Well, you folks thinking that y'all you rallying, you're protesting, while they thinking that you just having a parade. And that's where we don't need to be. We don't need to be looking like it's a parade. We don't need to be out there pushing for something that people died for. Understand what I'm saying? When we talk about reparations, understand that people was whipped, they was beat, your mothers was forced to fuck their sons. Sons and fucking their sisters. Your own baby, your daughter. Yeah, folks. See, that's the platform of reparations. Reparations was based on that. Reparations was based upon the atrocities. The hanging, the lynching, the cutting off the balls, the every night being raped and tortured. That's reparations. So if you're going out there for the call of reparations and demanding reparations, you're not wearing shoes and ties. We're supposed to have Louisville slugger bats out there. The next time we have a reparation rally, everyone bring a baseball bat. That's what reparations look like. Louisville slugger, but yo, I don't know, but all of a sudden we was in winter season, and we just selling baseball bats off the racks. We saw more baseball bats in the wintertime than we did during the whole baseball season. Because that's what reparations look like. We changed the whole dynamics of the whole economy. Now the news is going off. Like Louisville said their sales has increased over 100% since reparation rallies. Then maybe we can get some black people to start making baseball bats. But what reparation look like is not just saying, hey, we got this keynote speaker, we got this, it makes me fucking sick with that shit. Coming to the stage like this is showtime. And this ain't about no disrespect. It's about letting you know that when you have real men who's taking time out their lives to mount up, have something for us. Where we feel like, yo, yeah, I'm needed. I'm glad I came. I'm here in position. Not feeling like when I leave, like, okay, well, I wasn't a keynote speaker. I had no part in this shit. There was enough men out there. I'm gonna honestly say that at this reparation rally, there was more men than women. The men was out there. And they wasn't out there on some begging shit. They was out there like, yo, where you need me? What you need me to do? And outside the stage or behind the stage, I didn't really see enough interaction amongst the people. I didn't see people with clipboards signing people up, getting people information, getting people emails, getting people Facebooks. I didn't see no organizing out there. So when the man's saying about the vehicles, we talk about when you have real people who's no strategists, I ain't seen no strategy. And that's the scary part, because like I said, we don't want this to become a Black Lives Matter. We don't want this to become an FDMG movement. We don't want this to become like his museum. I don't remember him speaking about his museum, but this ain't about the museum. But I don't recall him speaking about the museum. Because it's easy to tie the museum in with reparations and the importance of, building up that museum if you really believe in it. But was that an opportunity as well? Just to be combative and just to hustle, and you found another way to hustle? And that's what I'm saying. Well, if we doing shit just because we're doing shit like that, that's where there's a problem. And people gonna call it out. You had enough people out there. Why didn't you have a table out there just for your museum donations? Why didn't you have people out there collecting money for the museum? Why didn't you have pictures of the museum passing out in flyer form so people could see it? And so what I'm saying is, like, if you're not fraudulent, you'll be moving way differently. If I know I'm throwing an event, oh man, folks. Like I said, I don't even know why this curve like this. Because go back to this man, his video, but I just need you guys to understand this shit. I know I didn't hear a lot of the dialogue from the stage, but I was close enough to be able to hear what I need to hear when I need to hear. And when Tariq came on, I stopped. I said, "Oh, there go Tariq. He's finally speaking." And I was listening. I don't recall him really talking about the museum, and if he did, it was real brief. But that could have been me. If I had 500 to 5,000 people out there, and they out there, you best believe that for my museum, I would have at least made $10,000. Right there on the spot. There's no way in life that you guys are going to leave without donating $1, $2, or $5, or $10 to that museum. I would have people out there walking around with you understand? You can't let too many people be in on your hustle though, because you got too many thieving ass motherfuckers who need their hands and heads cut off. But you best believe that We're the Million Man March, that shit. Especially if that meant something to my heart. If that museum meant something to my heart, you best believe that we'd have raised $15,000, $20,000 outside right then and there. But what he said is donate to the reparations movement. Like I said, I wasn't going to really leave it alone. I wasn't really going to touch it too much. I was really going to be very supportive of the reparation movement. But as I just see this man and hearing him, there's no way in life I'm going to allow this shit to go in that direction of a Black Lives Matter movement. And I want y'all all to be on the same page. Because Umar Johnson is one case. That's the FDMG Academy. That's a school. That's a building. We talk about reparation movement. There's no dollar value limit to it. It's endless. And if you talk about a master manipulator, an individual saying that this a come up, that's very scary. And that's the shit I ain't with. Because we can't give too many people power. And then when you give them economic power with all these little derelict people that be running around, when you have all these foolish people who's really ready to start following any and everybody and anything that you say and do, when you have that type of people willing to follow because they like, well, we're gonna follow the money. This person know how to bring the money in because it's a master manipulator. That's a problem. Because when you have chosen ones and they run around here with mules, while master manipulators are living like Crystal dollars. That's the problem. In which the world, oh, you hate and you hate. No, the problem is like that's a fraud, fraudulent. And you guys sit there and be as humble as you can because people be like, oh, you just hating, or you dusty, oh, you this, or you that. Watch this shit. Watch this shit.
Check it out, I got this. The process is that we've been doing this type of thing for years. We need to organize a way to execute to go and get it.
Yo, this brother right here, this is the first, I'm sorry, but this is the best close-up I got right now. And he looked like the brother that I know, he's the crate man. I met him in Queens. He looks like this bro I met, and I wonder if that's him. Because I was doing an event on Juneteenth day, and they was trying to kick me out. And if I'm not mistaken, this was the brother that he saw everything was happening. He came up to me, and I thought he was just helping them out. But he was like, nah, I'm trying to help you out, bro. And he told me set my whole shit up right next to him. He had his whole tent out, and he just told me sell it right here and just sell. And I made my money. If I'm not mistaken, that's him. If it's not him, he looked just like him. It's a twin. Same height and everything, you know what I'm saying? But if that is some salute, it was amazing. We was in the same area again. So we was in Juneteenth, I was with him in the same area. And then on this reparation day, here we are together again. And like I said, I wasn't too far from this dude. So he probably even see me, but he's probably like, yo, I'm just gonna let dude rock out. He got a long line, I ain't gonna fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? He's that type of brother. He's cool like that. I wonder if that's him. You know what I'm saying? That's a cool there. Chosen one. See, you got chosen one, okay? If that's him.
Wait, no. How old are you?
I'm 52.
You're 52 years old. How often have we seen this demonstration right here? We need a calculated process to execute. What I'm saying is listen to what I'm saying. Every situation that we have as a community, this is what we do. We march, we talk, we go home and go back to the same nonsense. What I'm saying is we need an accountable system where we pursue getting these reparations. This is an accountable system. This is a what I'm proposing is that we need to create organized people, sit down and say how we march towards the first step, this is the second step, and this is how we arrive to it. Not this. What I'm saying is not, this is not I support this. I'm just saying is that many times, brother, every time we face something as a community, this is what we do. I'm saying, do we have a step-by-step process to say we start? It's like a business plan. When you create a business plan, you say, I'm going to start right here, and this is how we're going to get this business going. And this is how we're going to profit. This is what I'm talking about.
I like that. I ain't going to be with you on that. So the only way to make that happen is you got to stop fighting with Tyree.
No.
Y'all need to get together.
No. Let's be clear.
We got to stop beefing with each other. That's all we do.
Let's be clear.
The internet.
Nothing.
Get it out, Tyree. Let me get it out, Tyree. Internet.
I'm not no Tyree.
Tyree, get it out.
You in the CDI? We got it.
I'm the CDI. Me and this brother from Vivo. You know Vivo.
Where you from?
I'm from Walton Junction.
Where you from? The junction? I live around the corner from the junction.
Like where?
I live right. I ain't gonna tell you where. You might be in the CDI.
See, they're from New York.
When the stakes are higher,
So,
your
bro,
advanced tone suggestions count. Getting the tone just right can help that important deal.
No, on a serious note, I get what you're saying. And we definitely need to find a way to stop fighting. I think the internet makes us fight.
Bro,
And we gotta stop
Let me tell you something.
And that's how he was talking to me.
When I started talking about FBA as a process of getting liberation, it had nothing to do with clowning anybody. It had nothing to do with disrespecting anybody. It had everything to do with getting at the table and having a conversation of how to get practical tangibles. It had nothing to do with that. So the point that I'm making is, once you turn it into a clown show, you want to clown, you want to talk about affairs, you want to talk about my head, you want to talk about that Frankenstein goofiness. Man, I don't care about none of that for real. I'm saying that how we get from the conversation to the table to the bread.
We gotta stop putting out.
That's definitely dude. That's a cool dude right there. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, look, did you hear what he just said? He said, yo, it's like once you question these people, it's like they turn into like a joke fest, and they try. Yo, that's why everybody say, oh, the Umar Johnson sector is all goofy and shit like that. It's so goofy. That's why I was like, yo, y'all dumb. And then everybody want to try and change. Oh, you look, he does it. Yo, what? That shit don't bother me. Wrong person. So now let's get down to it. And that's what he's saying too. He's like, yo, he came as like, and he, as y'all see, he's just so hype. He's talk over everything, but that's his energy, because he wants change. You can see he wants something to change. We all want change, folks. We want the world to change. We want ourselves to change. But it's just that those people who's going to get the spotlight, if they representing exactly what we don't need, we're gonna have to call out. And so, like you said, it's like for some reason, like once you start speaking against someone, people always want to say, "Oh, you hating," and then everybody want to joke you and just trying to get you off the cancel you. But it's like, no, I'm not joking, and I'm saying, what is our procedure? Like, how are you 52? How are you 48? How are you 51? How are you 45? How are you 40? It's like, yo, we've been seeing this shit forever. And that's what I said. I said it before I seen this video. I said it on my video. I was like, yo, folks, man, this is cool, but yo, we need to really hit the streets. And that's what he's saying. Real recognize real. Real men know what it is. We know what's going to work, and we know what's not going to work. And most of the people who know what's going to work is not on the stage. And then you be like, oh, you sideline pimping. No, we not. We fucking letting you know that we know what it is. And all it takes is just, and we gonna roll with you. At the end of the rally, at the end of this rally, it was definitely supposed to be a community walk. But you know what they was focused on? The after party. Niggas and bitches. And that's definitely dude, yo.
Do something, start talking to each other.
No. We need to stop playing these games, bro.
Cool,
we got to playing these games. If I agree with half what you we should be saying, well, you asked me. What's your plan? Like, we don't start talking cartoonish stuff. Look at his eyes. He's ugly. We don't start doing that, man.
He's dusty.
Yeah, it's goofy.
This is the first step to get people together, then organize that table.
The point I'm making is, how many steps have we made towards the opposition? We do this every time, and it's always a money grab. It's never after this step. There is no content. No,
I'm asking the same thing.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, when you got okay, here we go. What I'm saying is, when you got enough people that inspired by you, that follow you, hold this for me, brother. You got enough.
Oh my God. Like I say, folks, I watched the 2 seconds and I just say I'm gonna do it live, and I'm listening with you, and he's saying the same thing I'm saying. When you have this enough people, like I just said, this is enough people. Like, if I had a school, if I was setting up a museum, that's enough people to be able to collect $10,000 to $20,000 right there. For him not to even mention the school, the museum, and what's going on with the museum. I'm saying, what's going on? That's just the museum, and I ain't taking no swings. I'm just saying, like, what's good? Let's hear what this brother guy say. I'm hearing it. This is my second time hearing. I just was, listening earlier, real brief.
People that follow you. Let me tell you, so you can make sure you get it.
Look at the people.
When you got enough people,
Enough people.
when you got enough people that's inspired by you, you don't have to fool the people, and you just bring them to the table. You don't have to do this. They already have it.
You gotta collect your name.
You already got that. Let me tell you something. But galvanizing the people. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to me. Galvanizing the people. This is not galvanizing. Galvanizing the people. No. Galvanizing is how many people can meet at the wall, and we need to minimize it down to at least 20 people that's qualified. Send your application, send your credentials, so we can march on towards these tanks. That's how you bring the people to the table. I think we've been doing this far too long, and we haven't seen. We're marching on the schools. Okay, we got integrated, but did that help us? No, it didn't help us. Everything that we came for, we did this, and only 1% of the success rate came from this. We need to get the people qualified, educated.
Yo, I had a long ass line. I just saw it.
To march from the conversation to the talk. This ain't the conversation.
Can we flip over that side again? Not that side, but the other side. That side.
Oh, okay, brother.
You can see my line.
Okay, how you doing, brother? Good, man. All right.
Now watch this shit right here.
To people real quick. I'm just talking about like people. I gotta let people know that it's not against reparations. It's against the process of trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? The process of just having a conversation, the process of just coming together, talking about it. Those days should have been gone. They should have been gone. We should be having constructive and man, we got doctors and lawyers, we got everything in this crowd. They should be at the table talking about we're gonna go from this conversation and we go into the. That's what we should do. So I'm here today to say I'm not against reparations. I would be a daggone fool to be against reparations and tangible. I'm against the fake process.
That brother's passing out leaflets.
Perpetuating amongst our people. That's what I'm getting to. How old are you, brother Sacco? 62. How many times have these teams come together?
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Sorry, folks.
You're the guy with the gun, the person who would do anything to protect the ones you love. But did you know you could go to
in rally form and talk form, and we haven't seen nothing on the other side. Let's give it a go. Right. And now I'm the one that speak out about it, and now I'm the bad guy. They want to try to make it personal against somebody. Man, it's not personal against nobody.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Wait a minute, one second.
Haka, right?
Hold on. Hold this from me real quick.
Haka. So what he's saying is like when you start questioning, or if you have energy like him, you become the bad guy. And then it's so easy for the women to see him as the bad guy. Oh, he's so aggressive. He's so loud. He's so passionate. And then you have a guy who's all goofy, being goofy, like he said, doing all the joking shit, but smooth with it, calm with it, but joking and changing the whole narrative and taking the people off of what you just said and making it about, like you said, my fez, my eyes, Frankenstein. Like all that shit don't matter. But that's the YouTube distraction that it's easy for everybody to get distracted in the chat. And now you got goofies all saying, entertaining people for laughs in the chat. The next thing you know, the whole chat start talking about unnecessary things. And it's like leaving away from what I was speaking about. I was like, so what is our vehicle to get us there? Oh, look at him. Oh, look at his tooth. Look at his tooth. Oh, okay, so what is the vehicle that's going to get us there? Oh, he dusty. Like, okay, I'm not. But what's the vehicle? And that's what he's saying. That's what he's going through. Once again, if you look in the background and see all the when the event was over, all the people that's back here with the Israelites, it tripled. It tripled. So what you see in the back of them, it tripled when this event was over with. Because the people still wanted more. The people wanted more. People didn't want to go home. But for reparations, all of this should have been filled.
Child liberation and salvation. Now, he had asked me a question about how many times have heard
There we go. There we go. They get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Elder said it now.
Let's do this piece here.
Now, you can't hear the dude because they're doing this by phone, so the phone's too far from the man's voice, so you can't really hear. But within 2 seconds, you about to see coonery real quick. All right, y'all want to see some real coon and shit, some real corny. Oh my God, what is the word? There's a word for this. Uncle Tom sellout. Yo, watch this shit. Yo. This caught me off guard. Made me this is what made me do the video. This scene coming up.
You all right? All right. This is great.
The process is the issue. It's not the individual that's the issue. It's the process. This is a brother right here that's probably 20 years younger than me. He done seen this a million times. And he had never seen, and I can say he had never seen something come from this where we got something at the table that we can be confident in. We need to stop it.
Yourself can actually create high quality dream free.
We need to stop playing with that stuff, man. There's enough talent in there to get to that table.
Right.
We don't need to be on this street. We need to be at that table. This is over. This is overdue. This is past. Man, this is yesterday. This is the yesterday.
Now, the only thing, though, what I want this man Tahaka to understand is that this is yesterday's strategy, which we all agree. But yesterday's people didn't even work this strategy when it came to reparations. We didn't win anything. And so this is new people who saying, yo, we're going to pick it up. I'm going to give these people benefit of doubt. I'm going to give them benefit of doubt that this is not a money grab, which I kind of feel it could become. It could become a money grab. And from the looks at it, that's what it looks like, an opportunity grab, ego grab, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of grabs in it, but at the same time, we won't get nothing from it. That's what I'm nervous on. I just need this brother Tahaka to understand that we as men, we especially animated men, It can easily look like hating when it's just tough love. It can easily look like hating. So we have to be very careful how we trudge through these waters. So as you continue your quest and mission with this, you have to be very careful that when we trying to put a spotlight on a situation, be careful not to put the spotlight in the way that you bring a bad black light on yourself. You know how you underneath a black light and it show all the lint, it show all the little things that you can't see on you. Like, damn, you look at your shirt, your clothes, your everything, you see all these little lint balls on your shirt. Like, damn. So with the black light, don't let the black light affect you personally. So my whole thing is, this is why I'm putting it upon myself to pick up the mantle, to pick up the torch and light the torch and run with it as well. Because like I say, if in your personal life you was chosen, just remain chosen. We don't have to be in the spotlight to be recognized as chosen. If we chose it, we chose it. We just do it. So right now we gotta be like Nike and just do it. So while Tariq and them gather the people in the streets, you be a person that go to the table. If you think you have what it takes to be at the table, find a way to the table. You don't need Tariq to bring you to the table. If you have a strong enough knowledge, if you have a strong enough voice and enough knowledge in your head, find yourself at the table. Don't worry about Tariq and them getting to the table. They be in the streets, you get to the table. Everybody got to play their position, their part. And so my position and my part is to galvanize the people that the reparations and programs that these reparations should be going to with these young people, the youth. So y'all go get this paper and y'all channel it right here. Y'all need help getting the paper? Well, we can now help. But you channel this paper right here. Now, all the paper, but you channel a lot of this paper right here because we have a lot of young people. So everybody play their position. Okay, so now just watch. It's about to happen in 2 seconds.
And they taking stuff to Mars, man. And we still going 1960s, man. We tripping. We tripping. And I call it out because it's the yesterday, man. Nothing but the fascists involved.
Do y'all hear how loud it just got? That was the Israelites. You still don't hear the podium. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. The energy for what we need is what you hear in that background. And this man coming right here, that's the energy we need when it comes to the street.
Somebody is so on the back end. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. That's right. Because this is a big promotion. Somebody is so on the back end. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. All of this money that we can generate, man. You can't even tell me we can't get to the table. Dropping over Robbie teachers. One thing we need more than anything is economic power. Why? We see the Doobie-Doobie-Doos show you what economic power can do. Right. Say something about the Doobie-Doobie-Doos. They got economic power. It's not because they're Doobie-Doobie-Doos. It's because they got economic power. And so now our economics are taken from them, and we continue to be powerless. We ain't seeing the craziest thing. Yeah. Being crazy is the They know I'm in the building. The Huckleberries in the building. Let me send the boys around. They send the boys around, man. They think I'm a provocateur. I'm not an antagonizer.
They're asking, can you step back a little bit?
Absolutely not, brother.
The only reason why I did this live stream is because of this right here. I was sitting there watching. I was, analyzing. I was trying to, I was like, I feel you, but I was like, I think you're just too animated at the same time. But I do feel you. And when I say animated, it's like, okay, like if we was listening to you, if you was ahead, after you convinced us, or after you got us to know what we already know, such as, we need economic power and everything, what is your blueprint? And so I was listening. But when this part took place, I was like, oh shit, so dude is a problem. And he's a problem to whoever fears him. So he must really be calling someone's bluff. Okay, folks. Now this would make me nervous. This right here is the scene that makes me believe, or make me think to believe, or should I say make me want to now pay attention to now, okay? Because they did this, makes me want to now investigate the FBA intentions, that whole museum intentions. And it's like, whoa, do I need to now put the spotlight over there? And I wasn't even focused on that. But because they sent wolves to tell this man that he needs to move to the back. Now, once again, I am in the middle. Where he is, see how close he is to the Israelites? That's pretty much the back. Where they at right now, they're pretty much in the back. Where they at right now is no... It should be no incidents, no confrontation with what's going on that stage. Trust me when I tell you, he's in the back, because when I showed you on the camera, I wanted to show you where I was at, and I said, "Oh, I have a long line," because I'm looking at me in this man's video, because I know where I'm positioned, and where I was positioned, I was in the middle of that area, but the back of the crowd, because the crowd was a nice sized crowd, but the crowd wasn't that massive. The area that they on is a block. It's a big block. It takes up the entire block. So the area that they in, he's down the block. And so for them to send these wolves on him, they was already looking for him. It was like me popping up at the FDMG on the block party day. If I would have popped up, they would have just ran up on me. And that's what they did to him. And I was like, whoa, now I'm going to investigate this shit. This what made me want to investigate, because I'm like, why did they run up on him and to tell him to move to the back when he's already in the back? And that's because he must be on to something. And if he's on to something, the only thing that he's on to is the fact that, yo, this could be just a money grab. That got me nervous.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
They're asking, can you step back a little bit?
Absolutely not, brother. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't know how. No, are you kidding me?
You can even tell that he's.
Tell him European step back. Tell him European step back. No, tell him European step back. Don't tell me step back. Tell him European step back.
And you can tell the security didn't even want to.
But I'm gonna tell you that order is
Right.
you tripping.
So now he moved closer. Now he moved closer. Now I'm glad he did that because once again, see the crowd? He's behind the crowd. I'm to your right. I'm over here to your right. I can see me. I'm behind the crowd. I was saying to myself, like, damn, the position I took was a good position because I wanted to make sure I was farthest away from the stage and away from the security, so they ain't run up on me like this. Even though they did run up on me, they told me that you're not allowed to really sell on the grounds, but they're gonna let me rock out. And so, but that was not just the security of the event, that was the security of the that land itself, because it's federal government property. So the real security was out there as well. And he was like, but he's gonna let me rock out. Asian dude, shout out to you, homeboy, young Asian dude. It's like, we ain't supposed to be here, but fuck it, yo, just rock out. I ain't gonna bother you. Okay. So for them to come up to him and tell him, now I'm making money on the grounds, and for them to tell him that he got moved to the back, that's what makes me now want to pay attention to this shit. Okay? For them to tell him he's in the back. You think I'm lying? He's in the back. And for them to tell him that he has to move further back is an insult. And Tariq and whoever sent them, I can't say it's Tariq.
People remember ads with repetition. Bundle and save with Liberty Mutual. Bundle and save with Liberty Mutual.
They gonna ask me, can I move?
See right there? This is my line. All these people was waiting on me. Damn, I had a long line. Holy shit. Let me wait, time.
They got the Philippines all in the crowd.
See all those, see where he's at, all those people behind him, they all my line. All those people's on my line. Let me pat myself on the back real quick. Fuck that. While everybody talking this talk. While everybody talking that talk. Dusty what? And this, that, and other. That's me right there. I had gray on and had my white hat. I had a line and it looked like at least like 30 people. I'm looking at over his shoulder. I'm looking at the woman back here. All these people was on my freaking line, folks. So while they talk about reparations, I made my money. Now, like I said, if I wasn't catering to you folks and I wasn't trying to, put some footage on YouTube and shit like that, I would have made like another hour and a half worth of work. You know what I'm saying? $ Icy Don 167. Even covering this right here and bringing this Tahaka's video to the platform right now and bringing this to the table is important, because I want everybody to really start, questioning the motives of the FBA. Like I said, I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to touch it. This brother wasn't even really on my radar at all. But with this whole FBA, it's making me have to become an adversary. It's making me have to, get involved like heavy. And that's why, we will be launching some rallies We will. We have to. It's a must. Mine will be online. Throughout this winter season, mine will be online. So when it comes down to when it comes down to springtime, when we hit the streets, you're gonna feel it. So mine will be online organizing rallies that I will be doing. I'm setting up a whole new channel that's focusing on reparations 1,000%. Because what I'm realizing that because I'm so not in the loop now, as I'm getting back in the loop, I see what the problem is. There is too much division, too much diversity in being black. I'm actually even going to start a new rainbow. We're about to have a new rainbow coalition. It's going to be a brown rainbow. I'm giving up my whole everything. It's a brown rainbow, different shades of brown. Okay, folks? Because we got to understand that we got to get over, to the other side of this rainbow for us to get this pot of gold. And we have to understand that within this rainbow, there's many different shades of black, there's many different shades of brown, but we got to understand we one rainbow. It ain't no homo shit. We just one rainbow of people. And if we are to get any type of anything, all the bickering and joking and constant hating on one another, that gotta come to an end. So it's important for us to really start paying attention to this shit because I'm nervous now. I'm really getting nervous. Because this man started from the front and he walked himself to the back when he started doing his video. He could have been doing his video all up in the front, but he went all the way to the back. And for them to come and say you need to move, that's because he's on to something. Check his channel out. It's Morris. What is it? Morris TV. What's his channel? I'm gonna get it for you folks. All right, I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Go to his channel, subscribe, pay attention to him. We'll also guide him so he can stay on point and not become too comical and too goofy with it. Because I don't watch his. I don't pay attention. No, I'm just catching him. I don't know if I've seen him before, but I'm just catching him. And I don't want him to become a Leonard Honor where it's just become something that he just want to just wake up and just do videos on now. You know what I'm saying? We don't want that. But what we do want is Moorish World TV. Okay, folks? Moorish World TV. So go check out his channel. See what he's talking about when it comes to this whole museum. Because I actually want to do I also want to do a live on that as well because the museum, oh my God. Damn, Tariq. Yo. When I heard you decided, hey, I'm gonna do a museum, it was like, okay. So Umar doing school, and so you sitting back. I can just imagine you just sitting back. Let me take time out real quick for this. I can just imagine you sitting back, like drinking a little your wine and shit, trying to figure out how you can get some of that wave. Because this is how it's now looking to me. Well, he's doing school. I'm gonna do a museum, and then now you're trying to figure out how you can make this museum become extravagant in the eyes and minds of the people. And so when I heard, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. But I was like, I see through it. But I was like, okay, let's see. I was like, shit, I put my stuff up in the museum, okay. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, man, why you just trying to take away the wave from this dude in his school, and you trying to now build a way? What's this competition shit about? Why can't you take the energy to help him build the school and set up a museum in the school? That would have been even better. But no, we got niggas who hate one another and want to spotlight over one another. And that to me is nigga coonism. Nigga cooning is really scarier. When niggas be cooning for niggas, whoa. When you're not even cooning for white people, but you cooning for the pat on the back from your own people, that's scary because that's when you get killed. So looking at the museum, and when he said he need $7 million, he said I might as well just come with a high number, so nobody look at me funny. $7 million. And then I'm watching. Now I wasn't paying attention to that story till I saw Morris Nation TV. And so now I'm looking at what he saw about when they come to the museum. So I'm like, okay, let me check this museum out. And when he like I said, this dude's like Leonard Honor. So when let me stop saying Leonard's name in my shit. I'm gonna come up with a good cool name for that dude. So so now I'm looking, I'm like, wait, $7 million for this? So he acquired a building. Building looks nice. The office, because it was like pretty much an office space, you know what I'm saying? Or event, something that you could do some events at. And so I'm like, okay, that's a nice little space for, like you say, a art gallery. But when you're saying we need to raise $7 million for this museum, I'm like, that's not $7 million worth of nothing. So then when you come from now, you not talking about the museum no more. Now you're focused on the raising monies for reparations. First thing is like raising money for reparation. Oh man, we man, like I say, if we as black men don't step up and step in to assist to make it go right, we're gonna look horrible. So my whole thing to Tanaka is step in to make it right. Don't step in to spotlight it as being wrong. Step in to make it right so that we don't look wrong. All right. Step in to make it right so we as black men don't look wrong. And that's the problem I be having with the LH dude. You know what I'm saying? I'll be having problems with L because he steps in to keep making this dude look wrong so he can make himself look right, but he don't understand it's still making us as men look wrong because you can't step away from being black. So no matter how much you try and say put a name on the black person, the image that you're doing is destroying the black image, period. And that's what we must understand. So don't think that you're destroying just one man's image. You're destroying the whole man's image. You take away the trust for all men. Don't think that, they gonna trust you, nigga. You done destroyed the image and character and name for black men. And so that's what I'm saying. We gotta watch what we do and how we do it. So if you're gonna jump on the situation, jump on the case, jump in the case to make it better. Don't jump in the case to make it worse. Here's the bullshit. So if it's going to keep idolizing, I might just end this. I'm trying to go back to the video, but for some reason, the video is doing the dumb shit. I want to exit and come back in, but I don't want to do that. So on that note right there, I might just pick this up. I think I might just pick this up for another time, and then going more into the lead this. If it keeps doing this, and go into the video for the museum as well, because, like I say, I've got to now take heed and pay more attention to the Tariq situation, because some people think that this can be worse than the Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson's situation is horrible with me because I'm involved and he owes me money. But this might be worse only because of the fact that this man's now touching reparations. And if you're not right, you're not right. And you can ruin a whole lot. And that's the nervous part. So in regards to reparation rally and the Moorish Nation TV, that's not going to be over with until the fat lady sing. And we don't know where the fat lady at right now. So, folks, do your part. Do what you can do. Reparations is definitely something that we must make an issue. Those people who say do it yourself, keep doing it. Do your part. If that's what you believe, then do it yourself. I don't know what you're doing. If those people think that, you got to work within the system and get everything you got to get, saying it's 2022, the system is shutting down, but get whatever you got to get. And if you bring it to the table, hurry up and bring it to the table, saying needs all hands on deck. But we can't keep wasting time idolizing just like this fucking screen right there. Isn't that waste of time? Just watching us go around in circles. That's what we be doing. We be going around in circles and circles and circles and circles. Idolizing. Idling. Time for change, folks. That's all I got for this one. Like I said, I'll be back to touch the topic a little bit more. I will be investigating it a little bit more.
They got the serves all in the crowd. Are you serious? Sir? You see what I'm talking about? The disingenuous behavior. I'm skinning and grinning and laughing because it's a joke, but it's not playtime. Yeah. I'm not wearing the brush. That's what they always say when I show up. They always say when I show up.
Real man with a shell. Real man with a stick.
Even my feds, brother, when he came past, I said, I'm feet off him. But you got to understand that these people ain't in there congratulating me. How you figure that out, man? Man, you seen the video. Let's keep it up. What? Listen to this.
you doing, buddy?
Yeah,
Honestly, I'm trying to. Yo, without big, yes. No, ask no FBA, but that's the first FBA was the first time. Freestyle first started come up moving, you started question.
Everybody's on the defensive when somebody asks questions. That's not it. It ain't no tone or no time. Everybody's on the defensive. You know what I mean? That used to be a question. That's all. You can shake the nerves how you want to shake. Man, you are a professional nerve shaker. We know this is all. I'm done. Anyway, okay, that's wrong. I'm gonna have to do that, brother. That's where you gotta run. You ain't never seen me had enough. All I do is
Yo, he said, and so like I said, these are YouTubians out there. So this YouTubian walked up to him, and he's acknowledging him. And this dude, I guess he don't even know who he is. So but he just interacted with him. But and then when he say what he say, he's like, yo, he basically said that saying you've been on Tariq's neck ever since he kind of like came out. And it kind of like seemed like, saying like every time he's just coming up, you just sitting on the sideline hating. But that's easy for people to say who are gullible, weak people. It's easy to say that. That's why I had to go down there myself and get and be in the presence to find out myself to see, what's really good. I don't want to just follow what gullible people feel and say. And so I went down there to the FDMG to, see myself, to hear for myself, to see, if he was what type of person is. I had to be in it to really realize what type of person is, and what type of person is. He's a person who allowed all these spirits to get to his spirit, to break his spirit, to make him become weak, and make him become basically. There's no telling if he was already like this, though. That's the crazy thing about it. But it's to bring it down to the certain highest level, and that's what happened. The internet brought the highest level of goofiness and evil and wickedness and corniness, like all those words. That's where he's at right now. And I ain't talking about. I'm talking about Umar. And so when you now look at Tariq and this whole shit, like this is what we gotta do. We gotta see if the spotlight is getting to these niggas' heads. And as long as you keep getting the spotlight, it allows these niggas' heads to get bigger and bigger and think that there's no wrong they can do. And that's what's happening right now. And like I say, Tariq, did you raise any money out there for the museum? And then you can say, well, this wasn't the platform. No, it is a platform. It's your platform. You're supposed to have your table out there. You're supposed to have you're supposed to have some people pass out leaflets with the school, so that people can see hands on. Donate to this. So when you don't do little things like that, it makes me put my antennas up. Like, okay, well, I got that going, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna move on to the next project, and we're gonna get this hustle going. Like, yo, we don't want it to be that. At the same time, I don't want this man to look like he's hating. So something's going to happen. Something's going to give. So hopefully this brother, he realized that, be stronger to really unite and make it happen. We're right. But before he unites, he want to make sure that you're right. So no matter what, make it right. Make it right. Because if this man's going to stay on your ass and he's going to prove you to be wrong, that ain't going to be right for you. It's going to look real bad. So it's important to make it right. So sending goons after him to tell him that he got moved further to the back when he's already in the back don't look good don't look good at all. Like I said, that's what made me decide I'm going to cover the story. Because you sent black goons, your black security on another black man, the same way Umar Johnson called the police on me. That's what made me decide to do this video. That confused me.
I'm just gonna keep it right there. I know from this point on, I don't got no conversation with nobody unless they talking crap. You feel what I'm saying? I'm documenting this with Morse Road TV, Morse Road TV. I'm not doing it to antagonize. Say what? Huh? Say what? You what?
And so then there's a do-it-yourself movement that's going on. Like people saying, why would you ask for reparation? Do it yourself. And so that dude just came out of nowhere and started saying that. And he's like, what are you talking about? Huh? It's kind of like over his head for that time. I'm pretty sure like he looking at the video, he know what he's saying now. But this dude just coming out of nowhere to a do it yourself. Nigga, shut the fuck with that stupid protest. Shut up with that stupid protest. That protest of do it yourself, shut the fuck up. You understand? Do it yourself. I'm sitting here like, yo, you bugging, man. Do it yourself. And this man like, shut the fuck up.
You don't know your history, brother. Huh? You want to debate me on the show? I'll debate you on it. I can't prove it right here. We had a rally. The wars of North Africa, brother. Where the term fans come from? What's the origin of it?
And now we're off the topic. So, folks, I don't know what's going on with my internet right now. So, yeah, I decided to cover that because, yeah, that's where I was going with. I knew it was something I was about to say. So, my whole thing is when I look at the whole ADOS and now the FBA, it's so funny because you have ADOS, then you have FBA. Why FBA couldn't reside with ADOS? What's the difference? African descendants of slavery, African American descendants of slavery, American descendants. What's the major difference? I mean, I need to know that. What's the major difference? But my point is this: with all that type of division and saying, "Oh, you can't get that," you can't, and the hate that the Caribbean blacks have for American blacks have for Caribbean, it's really not. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's really it goes both ways. That confusion, that hate, causes division that makes people say, "Well, we organize in this committee, and you can't get, and you can't get." That makes confusion. It makes people say, "Well, we don't need reparations," because they figure that they're not in the conversation. And my whole thing is, my program is called Project Pick Me Up, which is focused on young people, all black youth. We need the reparations worldwide. All black youth need our reparations because we've been affected by slavery all worldwide. Because our black kids don't have shit. They don't even have a direction to follow because of the system itself. So they themselves need reparations, and that's what I fight for. I was at one of my schools, and the girls she talking about, yeah, we was on lockdown today. And the last time I heard lockdown was when I was locked up in jail, and I'm like, you was on lockdown? What you mean you was on lockdown? Yeah, somebody got they found the gun in the locker, so they had the whole school in lockdown, and I had to use the bathroom. And I'm like, and we had cops in our classroom, and I had to use the bathroom, and the cop told me to sit right there and hold it. And I'm like, I gotta use the bathroom. He's like, yo, pee on yourself. I was like, what? And she said, yeah, he said pee on myself. But the kids deserve better. That's my whole point. The kids deserve better than that. The kids deserve better than the path that we place for these kids. So if you scream about reparations for black people, but then you want to isolate black people from the reparations, I want you to sit back and think about all those little children that's not thinking about how you think about life, who's not infested with that negative energy of Caribbeanness and Black Americanness and that, because we pass that energy down to these kids. And that hate has been going on for a long time. And that's why we would never really get justice. That's why we never get reparations, because of that internal hate. And so with that internal hate, that's the stagnation. So as long as you have ADOS and FBA and everybody trying to separate who's supposed to get what, and then you have some clown coons on the outside saying you don't deserve it, you're going to need somebody to step in the middle and say, all right, enough is enough. Time for us to get organized, folks. Thanks for your listening ear and support. I'm going to actually come back in like another 30 minutes or so because I want to do my review. I want to come back and do another live, and this is going to be on Q Butter and his panel that he had the other day. And the live was focusing on the war on black men, because so many of you folks out there really don't believe that there's a war. And the sad thing, there's a lot of women who don't believe that there's a war on black men. They want to say that the war on black men is listen to the words. There's a war on black men. They would say the only war that's on black men is the black on black war. Well, okay, so there's a war on black men. Now, being that you want to just point the finger at that and say there's a war on black men, and the only war that they see is a black on black war, well, aren't those your sons? So who we gonna really put that blame on if you've been in charge of the household for 30 years? So don't say, well, the problem is black on black men fighting men. It's who's raising these men. So we're about to do a live on that, because like I say, if we want reparations, if we want justice, we have to talk about it internally, and we have to be tough love on each other. So thanks for listening here. $ IC Don 167, ICDON 167. We need to travel, folks. I need to pull up, pop up. It's so weird because I don't know who wants to always come to my little live streams. I have 2-3 people. I'll be talking to myself sometimes, and someone takes time out to come over here to put sex ads on my shit. Isn't that such a loser? Like, why don't you go to like someone else with a bigger platform and do that? Who am I? My platform is tiny. Nobody want to hear what I gotta say. Why you come over here to even advertise shit like that? I don't even have a following. But that's some coon, corny nigga shit. But I'm not going to end my live on that. I can't end the live on that. So once again, it's important for us to realize what we're doing to ourselves is hurting our movement. What we the silliness that we do, it hurts our movement. And any and everything that's we're not doing that's not productive hurts the movement. So the only thing I can say is let's get in line, let's get in the goose step, and let's really start following the right of right, not the wrong of right. Let's follow the right of right. And what's right is for us to stop the hate, spread the love. Peace.